Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday, and you know what that means. It is time for the wrestling show, the show. It's time for mayhem, and it is going to be damn good tonight. DIY versus FTR. We have inside your main event for the second time ever here in Universe Mode history. Bayley will be going one-on-one with Rhea Ripley. But to start us off, guys, it will be a rematch from the main event of Raw, but this time with a 15-minute time limit. But the thing that will kick off the show, it is the four-man band. They call themselves Strictly Undisputed. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Intercontinental Champion Adam Cole with the Undisputed Era. And you see, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting right into the mix here tonight on Mayhem. And I want to thank each and every single one of you guys for watching at home. Now, listen, the Undisputed Era, they have had a very long week, to say the least. Undisputed Era, you know, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish hung back a bit when it came down to No Way Out. That was the stipulation set between Adam Cole and LA Knight going into their Intercontinental Championship match. And although they abided by those rules, they seemingly found a loophole, and that is that fourth man you see standing behind them. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Neck Strong, Roderick Strong, and he is here in Universe Mode. He has signed a full and lengthy contract, and it seems like, ladies and gentlemen, he is here to stay after he went one-on-one with Austin Theory this past Monday, and not only beating Austin Theory, but after that matchup, attacking Austin Theory with a chair. Like, I mean, when it comes down to the Undisputed Era, they're seemingly taking over, and they plan to take the Intercontinental Championship with that takeover. The big question that I have for everybody is, can anybody put a stop to this? Austin Theory fell short. LA Knight fell short. Who could be next? Who's ready for story time with Adam Cole, baby? Now listen, Monday I wasn't able to show face as much as I wanted to. Monday I was taking a bit of me time. Monday I was doing what Adam Cole does best, and that's being strictly undisputed. What you seen this past Sunday was greatness. What you seen this past Sunday was another member of the Undisputed Era making the Undisputed Era that much undisputed. What you seen this past Monday was greatness in a bottle, and his name is Roderick frickin' Strong. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you need a bit of a reminder on who the hell I am, but my name is Adam Cole. The two gentlemen that dominate the tag team division over here on Mayhem is named Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. And we made our statement Monday when Roderick Strong beat a former Intercontinental Champion himself. You see, the Undisputed Era are doing things a bit different here in 2024. The Undisputed Era are here to dominate. The Undisputed Era are here to decimate. And what I did this past Sunday with LA Knight, you know what I did with him? I destroyed him. I proved to the entire world that LA Knight is a fraud. You see, everybody wants to talk smack about my match this past Monday. Oh, it didn't get into second gear. Oh, Roderick Strong came to save the day. Oh, somebody once again had to help Adam Cole. And the funny thing is, half of the people that are saying this wouldn't even dare to say it to my freaking face. So I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this real simple. For LA Knight and any man who dares to step into the locker room and dares to step up to the Undisputed Era, and that's simply this. Oh, shut the hell up. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear you and your boys talk smack. What they want to hear is LA Knight. Yeah, and what they want to hear is me and my story to tell. And I got a bit of a story to tell you, Adam Cole. I want you to listen up real close. I just had a conference call with William Regal and Adam Pearce, and we were going over a little bit of discussions when it comes down to LA Knight's contract. You see, last year this time, LA Knight was rumored to come to Raw, but the reality was LA Knight signed a big fat money contract, but I didn't make my face shown until after WrestleMania. But here we're doing things a bit different. We're doing things a bit different. The world wanted to know if LA Knight was going to continue to sign with WrestlePlus, and I damn sure am. That loss at No Way Out, it taught me something, and it taught me something damn sure. And it taught me that I can't come alone. So you know what? Bring your buddies. Bring whoever the hell you want, because I'm coming for you, Roderick Strong. You want to try to interrupt my match? You want to try to get in the way of destiny? Well, guess what? It's time for me to stick my foot right up your ass. You see, I'm coming for you, and I'm coming for the entire Undisputed Era, and you bet your ass I won't be by myself, because my boys, Chad Gable and Otis, are going to be right there to help me like they always are. And I can promise you something, and something very, very simple. I'm going to beat you, Roderick Strong, and that's undisputed. Oh man, listen, if I'm the Undisputed Era, I'm steering clear of LA Knight. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank everybody for coming down to this episode of Mayhem. It is the first Mayhem episode after the No Way Out pay-per-view, and we are starting off things a little good. Now, we listen. William listens plus listens, and we've seen that people were excited for Bobby Lashley versus Jon Moxley, but sadly we did not have enough TV time to continue the match for as long as we could. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, they will be starting off the show. Tonight they will be going with a 15-minute time limit, and tonight we're going to see two men clash in the heavyweight. We're going to see the almighty Bobby Lashley go one-on-one with Mr. Money in the Bank, Jon Moxley. And we are going to see who walks away with that victory. This past Monday, it was Jon Moxley. Who will it be tonight? Find out, ladies and gentlemen. But that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. This coming Monday, set for your main event, as CM Punk challenged Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay accepted. Will Ospreay is willing to put his money where his mouth is. So this Monday, ladies and gentlemen, Will Ospreay will be making his in-ring singles debut and his Raw debut as he goes one-on-one with the best in the world, CM Punk. But that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, for the second time ever in Universe Mode history, there will be a women's main event, as Rhea Ripley will be going one-on-one with Bayley after what transpired over on Monday. They will fight each other inside your main event. Enjoy Mayhem, ladies and gentlemen. Well, as Adam Pearce gives us a great opener, what's coming up next with a 15-minute time limit? It's going to be Jon Moxley going one-on-one with the almighty Bobby Lashley. Who is going to walk away victor? Will it be Mr. Money in the Bank, the Lunatic Fringe, or will it be the master of the Hurt Lock? Ladies and gentlemen, I have been looking forward to this one. I would say all night, but it's technically been all week, ladies and gentlemen, as this was the match advertised for the main event of your episode of Raw this past Monday, and one hell of a matchup it was. But in that situation, at that point in time, we didn't have enough TV time. Both men had to go out there and rush, and Jon Moxley was the man able to get the job done in that short amount of time. But Bobby Lashley claims with more time, this replay right here won't happen. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is called a Death Rider, and that right there was all it took for Jon Moxley to pin the almighty Bobby Lashley. Now, both men came out of the No Way Out pay-per-view being at the No Way Out pay-per-view. Bobby Lashley being in the Elimination Chamber main event, and Jon Moxley being in the World Tag Team Championship picture when he teamed up with Bryan Danielson to take on FTR. Both men coming out of this pay-per-view trying to make a bit of a name for themselves, trying to show the WWE Universe that there's a lot more to offer when it comes down to the Hurt Business and when it comes down to the Shield, especially with Moxley being Mr. Money in the Bank. The only problem with that is the fact that Jon Moxley doesn't really play nice when it comes to others, and when it comes to Bobby Lashley and the ego of Bobby Lashley, it's going to take a lot more than one loss to keep him down, to say the least, ladies and gentlemen. But the man coming out right now, ladies and gentlemen, and he is circled behind the greatest wrestler of our generation, Bryan Danielson, and the Superman of the Shield. He's a Swiss Superman, and his name's Claudio Castagnoli. Now, I know people are probably wondering, where are the other two members of the Shield? They decided to hang back here, but they are here on Mayhem. Mayhem is seemingly going to be where Rollins, trains Yuta of some sorts. That's kind of what they have going on. But aside from that, Jon Moxley being Mr. Money in the Bank, him stepping into the ring once again. As you guys notice with Jon Moxley, he doesn't carry around that Money in the Bank as much as we may like him to, but he comes around with the Shield, and the one thing that we can say about the Shield is they carry themselves in numbers. But ladies and gentlemen, the rematch from this episode of Monday's main event to start us off here with the 15-minute time limit. Let's get into it. And oh man, look at this, Moxley already starting off with a beautiful arm drag there to Bobby Lashley, and oh man, Once again, you definitely can tell that both of these men going into this match are going to throw everything they have at each other, but you can also tell going into this match, and it's got to be more of a fact than anything, that both of these guys can't be at 100%. Let's be honest. Jon Moxley coming out of that 40-minute tag team match, this past Monday or this past Sunday, excuse me, at the No Way Out pay-per-view. Bobby Lashley being in that that terrific elimination chamber where, yes, great for our entertainment, but the thing that those 6 men had to do to each other, just getting slammed into something as simple as those steel pods. And oh man, look at that, Lashley using that size to his advantage. As you see, Jon Moxley's a bit there in size as well, as he bulked up over the last couple of months here in Universe mode. But Bobby Lashley is still the almighty for a reason, as Lashley now stepping back into the ring with Moxley, hitting him with a nice Irish whip. Now, knocking him into the corner, looking to do a bulldog with it. Beautiful work there by Jon Moxley. Moxley now going into the cover. Is this one going to be a hair first cover for the matchup? And no, kick out at 1. Beautifully done there by Bobby Lashley. You can expect nothing less when it comes down to the almighty, really. I mean, yes, he's taking a couple losses over the last couple of weeks. Man, what a spine buster. I was going to say he's taking a couple of losses over the last couple of weeks, but he seemingly tries to bounce back, and he does so more than ever. Big clock there by Jon Moxley. And Lashley came back with a little rat-a-tat. Beautiful takedown there, but Jon Moxley trying to fight back for himself. But Bobby Lashley looking to stay in control. Picks him up over the shoulders now. Boo! Beautiful, beautiful work there by the almighty Bobby Lashley. Lashley seems like he is in prime position to do exactly what he needs to do right here on the green brand, known as Mayhem. And what does Moxley have in store? Ooh, Warriors press. Is he going to be able to get the full extent? No, look at this. Moxley, beautiful work there. Counter into the covers. This one going to be it here? No. Kick out at 1 there by Lashley. Beautiful, beautiful cover there by Jon Moxley. I must say, showing you how dangerous he is in the ring. Ultimate disrespect, but forged in combat, is known of the Shield, ladies and gentlemen. This is what they do. Rollins, Yuta, Bryan, Claudio, Moxley, they do stuff like this for fun. They beat the hell out of each other for fun, ladies and gentlemen. This is just another match. Oh, another time in the sandbox for Jon Moxley. But Bobby Lashley showing that no matter how old he may be in age, he is seemingly more agile, more aggressive, more stronger than ever. But look at this now, Moxley trying to fight back here, and Lashley not allowing him to go any further with that. Moxley though looking to get away from him, and create some space there. Beautiful work there by Jon Moxley, creating space between him and Bobby Lashley, as Lashley trying to do something, but Moxley takes him to the outside. Beautiful work there by Jon Moxley, taking Bobby Lashley to the outside. Seems like these men are definitely taking advantage of the 15-minute time limit here tonight for the matchup. And oh man, wait a minute, oh my God, looking like he's gonna pull back, and absolute beautiful, beautiful work, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this that we are seeing here by Jon Moxley and Bobby Lashley. Lashley now thinking to himself what to do next, but Jon Moxley, we've seen him do this in the past, seemingly breaking the referee's count, and oh my God, might have knocked the lights out of him. Devastating maneuvers, devastating work. When it comes down to Jon Moxley, this man is just on a different level, ladies and gentlemen. He is a man possessed, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't have no regard for anybody else when stepping into the ring. As long as he gets his pound of flesh, that is what he is here for, ladies and gentlemen, as the referee is now on the count of 5. I know these men definitely don't want to end this in a count out, as Bobby Lashley feels like he owes something to himself, owes something to the Hurt Business to get this win back. And Moxley getting both men back into the ring. Claudio clapping on for him. You can't blame the Shield for being as ecstatic as they are. And look at this Death Rider! Into the cover! 2! Lashley kicks out! Lashley learned from his mistakes this past Monday, and look at this, Lashley taking advantage, big neck breaker. With the crowd chanting "Fight Forever," it seems like Jon Moxley and Bobby Lashley have that mentality. Look at this, Warriors press into the slam. Completely different level. What? Mox just kicked out at 1. And Lashley making him regret it. Lashley making him regret it. And you can't blame him. I don't know where Jon Moxley just found that within him to kick out at 1, but you gotta think that was the rest that he had, because the way that Bobby Lashley is dismantling Jon Moxley right now. But ladies and gentlemen, it's just completely uncomfortable to look at. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Oh, beautiful, beautiful work there. The straight up wherewithal that these two men have to survive with 9 minutes still on the clock. So much time to go, so much still to do to each other. Lashley getting up to his feet. Lashley needs to fight, and he needs to fight back hard. And oh, Moxley with an absolute beautiful, beautiful takedown. And look at that. A great ring awareness by Jon Moxley to be able to parallel himself from outside the ring with that tope, inverting his body to Lashley in that manner. I mean, come on. This is your Money in the Bank, ladies and gentlemen. This man is on a different level. He is just looking to expose himself to the world, ladies and gentlemen. Jon Moxley is a man among many. I don't even know if I want to call him a man, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this now. Jon Moxley simply choking out Bobby Lashley. A maneuver that's so dangerous, so deadly, but at the same time, so effective. It gets any man down, big man, little man, but Bobby Lashley knows how to power out, and he's doing exactly that. Beautiful work there by the almighty Bobby Lashley, as now Jon Moxley thinking to himself what to do. Is Moxley not realizing what's going on there? Trick Williams looks to play a little bit of interference as he brings him in the ring. Bobby Lashley didn't seem too happy about that, but he's just going with it as these men now going at each other. Lashley taking him down with the quickness. Referee going for the chair as the referee's distracted. It looks like Lashley wants a bit of a Warriors press. Gets him! Finally gets the Warriors press in. With 8 minutes on the clock. Lashley looking to go for a hurt lock, but no. Desperation Moxley. Desperation Moxley. Moxley now. Big neck. Oh, man. Backbreaker. Backbreaker to the almighty Bobby Lashley as Jon Moxley sets up Lashley for only one thing. Death Rider! 1, 2. Moxley does it. With 7 minutes remaining, Jon Moxley just defeated Bobby Lashley. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, the Death Rider is the only ride that no one can survive. Ladies and gentlemen, the Shield stand tall tonight as they stood tall to end Raw. Now it is proven that a time limit doesn't matter. What matters is what happens in the ring. And what happened tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is Jon Moxley and Bobby Lashley came out here and tore the house down. Thank you, everybody. Seriously, thank you. All right, guys. All right. Pipe down, bruv. Last night, I walked in to an elimination chamber with 5 of Raw's quote best, and I walked out winner. Storm 01, WWE 0, and now I alone walk into the main event of WrestleMania. And Finn, I don't give a damn who you faced in the past. I am not here for fun and game. But if you think you're so much better than me, if you think that you're so much better than me, bruv, then how about you step into the ring with me next week and we determine who really is the best in the world. You want to fight me, kid? Then that's damn sure fine. But if you fight me next week, then you're putting up your opportunity at WrestleMania. Because me and you both know when it comes down to CM Punk and Will Ospreay, CM Punk wins every single day of the week. So if you're feeling that confident, then put that spot on the line. You want me, bruv? You want a shot at my opportunity, bruv? Then you're going to have to kill me. I'll see you next week. And ladies and gentlemen, that leads us to this CM Punk versus Will Ospreay. It is confirmed, and it is going down this Monday inside your main event. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, as we are back out here in the Mayhem Zone, it is going to be tag team action. as the LWO are set to go 2-on-2 with the heart and soul of Mayhem DIY. And last week on Mayhem, right before the No Way Out pay-per-view, the LWO were also in tag team action as the co-captains of the LWO went 2-on-2 with the tag team champions as Santos Escobar teamed with Rey Mysterio to take on FTR, Dax Hardwood, and Cash Wheeler. What a matchup it was, definitely. Some may say match of the night, if I can be completely honest with you guys. Those guys really tore the house down, and they showed that the tag team wrestling doesn't just fall in place of Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro, that, you know, when it comes down to Santos Escobar, Rey Mysterio, they can get the job done too. What a win it was for FTR, but you can't take away from the performance that was put on by the LWO, as the LWO seemingly is a part of, you know, Mayhem almost every week here, and they've kind of turned this show into their show. You know, win, loss, or draw, this is where they get business done. Mayhem is the place to do it. And ladies and gentlemen, as Santos Escobar leads the stride tonight, showing a lot of Legado del Fantasma shades, and tonight we are going to be seeing the normal team in the LWO go 2-on-2 with this team right here, ladies and gentlemen. And, well, let's face it, when it comes down to the heart and soul, ladies and gentlemen, you only get it with DIY. Ladies and gentlemen, DIY is here, and they are usually here to stay, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, both men put on bangers in their own right, but when they team up, when they step inside the square circle in tag team fashion, well, ladies and gentlemen, let's just say that you feel everything that they say. Ladies and gentlemen, DIY, I said it before and I'll say it again, they continue to be a consistent part of Universe Mode. Last time we've seen DIY wrestle in tag team fashion was 2 weeks ago on an episode of Raw. It was the Go Home show going into the No Way Out pay-per-view, and they went against your tag team champions in FTR. So tonight, FTR, you know, they're really showing their shades here, as two teams tonight are two teams that lost to the tag team champions. So, you know, winning this matchup is definitely going to move them back up the ranks and show who's going to be moving next in line going into WrestleMania. That's the big question, seeing who the FTR is going to challenge for the tag, or who they're going to take on for their tag team championships, as the Usos have came back in the fray and tried to make themselves known. And the big question is, who's going to step up from this matchup? As look at this now, Johnny Gargano and Joaquin Wilde, a very interesting matchup, matchup we're seeing here. And look at that now, Gargano, big punch there to Joaquin, and oh, beautiful work there by Johnny Gargano. Now you talk about wrestling, you talk about technical wrestling. This is something that Johnny Gargano does to a T, but now tagging in the Psycho Killer known as Tommaso Ciampa. I want to take you guys back to how these guys even got formed here as a tag team, and it was all started on the first episode of Mayhem when Johnny Gargano went one-on-one with Adam Cole. One hell of a matchup it was to start us off for Mayhem, and although they tore the house down at the end of the matchup, Samoa Joe ended up making his debut attacking Johnny Gargano. Beautiful strike there by Ciampa. Is this one going to be it early on in the matchup here? And no. Like I was saying, as Samoa Joe was targeting Johnny Gargano, putting him on the shelf week after week, it was Tommaso Ciampa to come save Johnny Gargano. It was Tommaso Ciampa to not allow his best friend to get brutalized more and more. And look at that, beautiful work there by LWO right there. And oh, Joaquin Wilde, man, he's a human highlight reel. He knows how to get the job done, and tonight he's showing that. And oh man, big drop kick to the back there by Joaquin Wilde to Tommaso Ciampa. As Ciampa and Gargano have been able to get fresh tags in, pin into the cover there, sit out powerbomb. Is that going to be it? No. Kick out at one. Beautiful work there by Tommaso Ciampa. But like I was saying earlier, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes down to Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, they defy odds, but I don't know if they're going to be able to defy this one, as Cruz del Toro is singling for Joaquin to do his work. Is this it? No! Gargano not even allowing him to get a second to breathe. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't blame him. Look at this now, Joaquin Wilde, big splash there. Ladies and gentlemen, what we're seeing here tonight, what we're going to see here tonight is a journey between two teams who are looking to make it back to the top. As you see on the outside, Cruz del Toro and Johnny Gargano going at each other, unrelentless. And on the inside, you see here, Tommaso Ciampa in the ring, decimated with an elbow by Joaquin Wilde. I mean, the LWO, ladies and gentlemen, seem to be in their bag tonight, all right? They are striving for greatness with WrestleMania around the corner, but Ciampa clocks them. Beautiful, beautiful work. What a maneuver there by Tommaso Ciampa, now looking to set him up. Ups and oh! Right on the money. This is where DIY's in their element, the comeback story of DIY all over again, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this go. Johnny Gargano with a big kick. Beautiful swift kick there, now going up to the ropes, but Cruz del Toro's the legal man in as Del Toro runs to Johnny Gargano. Both men doing a collar and tie lockup and slowing the pace down there. Cruz del Toro knocking down Gargano. Beautiful work off of the ropes. Into the cover. 1, 2, and no. As this Mayhem crowd is fired up, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank everybody for coming and stopping by. Beautiful work there by Cruz del Toro. Now, this is what Del Toro does best in these high-profile situations, in these situations where it's all on the line. He slows the pace down, and he does what he has to do. And ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what we're seeing there. Beautiful work there by Cruz del Toro. Del Toro now picking up Johnny Gargano. Gargano needs to find himself in this match. Uranagi there. Uranagi by Mexico's finest. Gargano striving to the ropes, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna have to go on commercial break. We'll be right back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as advertised all night, it is going to be your second time ever. You're the women main event right here on Mayhem, right here on Wrestle Plus History. It is going to be Rhea Ripley, the Nightmare, the former women's world champion, going one-on-one with the women's role model, Bayley. Who is going to walk away with this win? Who is going to walk away after what happened this past Monday? I don't know. Comment your comment down below. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from commercial break, and look at this, Gargano already with the Gargano escape right off a commercial break. Over the commercial break, Cruz del Toro was able to get the tag into Joaquin Wilde, and you see that right there. Del Toro continuing to be a factor all throughout this matchup, and Gargano, as he is still the legal man in the ring now. Top rope elbow drop. Gargano looking to end it here. It goes into the cover. Is this one going to be it? Here's Cruz del Toro, nowhere to be found, but he comes to the aid. If you ask me, Joaquin Wilde was not kicking out of that one, but this time Tommaso Ciampa making sure Cruz del Toro stays out of the way. But that might have been all LWO needs, because look at this now. Joaquin Wilde looking to take over. Strikes to the back, and oh man, as he drops down there. But ladies and gentlemen, as you heard over the commercial break, for the second time ever in Universe Mode history, we will be seeing a women's main event when Rhea Ripley goes one-on-one with Bayley. What a matchup that will be, but as we see here now, DIY looking to take control once again. Beautiful tag there. This is one of the first times we're seeing tag team work be done, which is very surprising, being the teams that we're seeing here. Pew! Big kick there by Tommaso Ciampa. We've seen the damage of the kicks that Tommaso Ciampa's done. We've seen the damage that they can do, as Bryan Danielson, all to the lead up and No Way Out, was wearing a strictly eye patch. And oh man, Ciampa making sure Cruz del Toro stays out of the picture completely. Going after Del Toro, but Del Toro right back up to his feet as Tommaso Ciampa trying to play. And oh, senton! Talk about throwing it all on the line, ladies and gentlemen, as Tommaso Ciampa's doing exactly that here tonight. And Tommaso Ciampa looking to strike back against Joaquin Wilde. Joaquin Wilde was given a little bit of time to breathe, and it seems like he's going to be able to run with that. He's looking to work with that as Ciampa follows him right back into the ring, as Ciampa goes after Joaquin Wilde. Wilde thinking to himself, what can he do here to get out of Ciampa's grasp? But I don't think there's getting out of it, ladies and gentlemen, as Ciampa now tags in Johnny Gargano. Gargano has that look in his eyes, ladies and gentlemen, and once that look is in, there is nowhere to go. Look at this now. Gargano gets Joaquin Wilde up to his feet, brings him into the corner. What does he have in store for him now? And oh man, wait a minute. What does he have in mind? Oh! Drives his head right into the rope there. We've seen, oh man, I was going to say we've seen so many men in the past get that maneuver done to them. We've seen so many men in the past get that maneuver done to them. We've seen so many men in the past fall to it. But Gargano now. Gargano escape. It's going to be locked in. It's in. It's in. Gargano escape. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do. Del Toro's in. But there's no chance. Del Toro's in. But Joaquin Wilde could not hold out any longer. Ladies and gentlemen, the men who are seemingly back on the rise It is DIY. What a match here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, by DIY and the LWO. Once again, the LWO taking a loss right here on Mayhem, but the LWO putting on one hell of a fight here. This road to WrestleMania might have something in store for DIY as they are slowly climbing up the ranks all over again. What a win by DIY, ladies and gentlemen, as like I said, climbing up the ranks once again. This has got to be good news and a good feeling for Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. The big question is, where do they fall in the fold when it comes down to the Tag Team Championships? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the time is almost here, and it is almost time for your main event, as we are going to see Bayley go one-on-one with Rhea Ripley after Bayley requested this match off of what happened this past Monday. And I'm going to take you guys back to what happened this past Monday. It was Bayley going one-on-one with the new Women's World Champion, Bianca Belair. One hell of a matchup it was, but in the end, Bianca does what Bianca does best, and that is walk away with the victory. The EST proved to Bayley that she was the better woman. But after that matchup, Rhea Ripley came out and went and attacked Bayley, but Bianca Belair didn't stand for that, and that's how this one's coming underway. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here back in the Mayhem Zone, and as we infamously say each and every single week, whether we are on Raw or whether we are on Mayhem, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the main event. Ripley, Bayley, one-on-one. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a women's main event, and it's taking place right here for the new year as Rhea Ripley has had one hell of a week. And when I say that, I don't mean that in a good way. We have seen the Nightmare come out with the Women's World Championship around her waist for the last 6 to 7 months, and now we are looking at a Rhea Ripley with no championship gold, on the precipice of greatness, on the precipice of WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen, as we are officially in WrestleMania season, and Rhea Ripley is back on that hunt, a hunt that is not promised of her getting a rematch, and even if so, it isn't promised it will be at WrestleMania. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight Rhea Ripley is stepping in to the ring with Bayley off of the request of Bayley because of what happened this past Monday, as you've been seeing over the course of all night. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes down to Bayley and Rhea Ripley, the ongoing war that these two women have had, the ongoing back and forth, the egos is going to be present here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. When you look at a woman like Rhea Ripley, you're looking at dominance in a bottle. You're looking at the creator of brutality, and even without the World Championship, hell, I would say without that World Championship, she is as dangerous as ever, and that's something that Bayley is going to have to pay attention to when entering a matchup with Rhea Ripley, at least this version of Rhea Ripley. Bayley is angry, Bayley is pissed off, and you can't think that she is going to be coming out here alone. And a right I was, ladies and gentlemen, as tonight is the night for Bayley to step up in the main event, but she's coming with a little bit of backup, ladies and gentlemen, as last month, or this past Monday, she didn't have that. This past Monday, it was all Bayley in the ring. Not only did she take a loss to Bianca Belair, but she also got a little bit of aftermath by Rhea Ripley. And I wonder how Damage Control is feeling at the fact that the new Women's World Champion, Bianca Belair, saved Bayley instead of it being them. Ladies and gentlemen, so many questions, not enough answers, but we need a winner, and the only way that's going to happen is via pinfall or submission. Ladies and gentlemen, with 20 minutes of your time limit, we are going to be getting a main event set. Bayley, Ripley, it's going to be damn good. If there's one thing that is seeping from the pores of Bayley tonight, it's confidence. Listen, mommy may have Dominic Mysterio. That's one guy. When you look at Dakota Kai and Io Sky, you're looking at the elitist of elite. Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, but the crowd is in favor of Rhea Ripley, as the crowd is saying Rhea's gonna kill you. And oh, beautiful work there by Rhea Ripley, picking Bayley up and dropping her down already showing off that dominance here in this matchup. And that is something that we did see from, Rhea Ripley. That's something that we did see from Bayley this past Monday, as Bayley pulling double duty this week here in Universe Mode, and definitely doing a damn good job at it, as Bayley has been one hell of a superstar here in Season 2. And wait a minute, now goes into the covers. This one going to be it here. Bayley, hand close to the ropes there. Quick out at one with a lot of life. You can definitely tell that she took these last 3 days to rest her body, took these last 3 days to recuperate and train, watch as many videos as possible of Rhea Ripley, and gear up for the fight that she is fighting here tonight. As Rhea Ripley takes her down. Beautiful work there. Big leg drop there by Rhea Ripley, but missed out there as Bianca Belair is watching this one very closely, as she said before this matchup started. Beautiful takedown there by Rhea Ripley. And Ripley, you gotta think that, coming out of No Way Out, not being champion, coming into this situation, this type of matchup with a completely different mindset, you gotta think that that must weigh on the mind of Rhea Ripley. But as Rhea Ripley feeding into the distraction of Dakota Kai, as I did say it earlier on the matchup tonight, Bayley is a little lucky because she has her back up. Beautiful arm drag there by Bayley. Tonight Bayley does have her back up, and that is definitely going to come in handy, as Bayley now has that chokehold locked in. But wait a minute, mommy might be too strong. Drops her off. Bayley trying to figure out where she's at and what's going on, and you can't blame her, ladies and gentlemen, as Rhea Ripley now picking her up and dropping her down. Beautiful suplex by Rhea Ripley, and once again, Dakota Kai doing what she has to do to make sure Bayley has all advantage in this matchup. Beautiful crossbody there by the role model. And wait a minute, once again, Bayley now looking like she wants to turn the tides a bit on Rhea Ripley, and beautiful work there by Bayley, as next week, ladies and gentlemen, will be the second week of your road to WrestleMania. And oh man, beautiful takedown there by the Nightmare Rhea Ripley. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta think that it's gonna be weighing on the mind of Rhea Ripley that, this opportunity right here to go in the main event, opportunities like this weren't really being that presented when she was champion. Now being in the main event, being able to show herself a little more, being able to give herself that much more screen time, you got to think that Rhea Ripley is going to capitalize on this. And aside from capitalizing on this, this is a way for her to slide herself back in title contentions. But ladies and gentlemen, if Bayley can win here tonight, that'll definitely be something for her career. Bayley's been known to shock us in the past, and whoa, beautiful combination there by Bayley. Beautiful combination there by the role model, as Bayley now, beautiful Irish whip to Rhea Ripley. Ripley bouncing off of the ropes, and once again, Bayley using that maneuver to her advantage, smacking her right into the ropes. That's what we like to see, ladies and gentlemen, right there that we're seeing. This is the Bayley that we know and love. This is the Season 1 Bayley for some people who might remember. And wait a minute now, Bayley, a little bit of a trio woe for the former women's champion. Rhea Ripley's in trouble. And ladies and gentlemen, you got to think, too, that Rhea Ripley is going to be in a little bit more of a different state. You can argue more of a hungry state, but at the same time, the women's division, seeing over the last few months leading up to Rhea Ripley losing her championship, seeing that she has cracks in that armor, seeing her lose against Saraya at Clash of Champions, seeing her go into Raw Anniversary and barely be able to survive Bianca Belair, and then going in No Way Out, going inside that chamber, surviving every single woman but Bianca Belair being that final woman that she couldn't defeat. You gotta think that the women's division, they're paying attention to that. They're studying those cracks in that armor of Rhea Ripley. And you gotta think, you gotta argue. Oh, big knee strike there into the corner, but Rhea Ripley moving out of the way, just too agile for her own good. I'm putting a lot of thoughts in people's heads, ladies and gentlemen, but this is what I want you guys to think about going into WrestleMania. After today's episode, 9 weeks officially, but 10 weeks in total going into WrestleMania. We have a hell of a long time, hell of a long stretch. Our next destination being, Old School Raw coming your way February 5th. And wait a minute, Rhea Ripley now up and down goes the role model. Bayley down and out, not knowing where she's at. Rhea Ripley calling her up to her feet, looking to make A big shock factor for us right here on Mayhem. And wait a minute, Ripley through the rope but missed. Nobody home. Bayley might be the luckiest woman alive, ladies and gentlemen. And oh, she's taking advantage of that mistake by Rhea Ripley. Bayley just might be the luckiest woman alive, because that right there, if Rhea Ripley connected, that would have been definitely bad for one Bayley, ladies and gentlemen. And oh man, as Bayley down and out once again, as Bianca, keeps saying the women's champion name, you know, it keeps lingering in my mind that the women's champion is you know, here on Mayhem. She's surrounded by all this chaos that is going on in the women's division. And oh my god, beautiful takedown there by Bayley. Bayley now seemingly fighting back against Rhea Ripley here tonight, doing a little more fight back than she was in the early ons, as now Bayley with a knee strike to the face there. Beautiful work there by Bayley. Beautiful knee strike there by Bayley. Referee already on the count of 5. If I'm one of these women, I'm getting back in the ring. You can definitely see how personal this is. And Bayley asking Bayley to bring her in the ring, and Bayley doing exactly that. Referee on the count of 8. Very close one here by the two women in this matchup. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, you're seeing how personal this one is. Belly to Bayley. 1, 2, no! What a lineup! Bouncing her face right off of that announce table, lining up for the belly to Bayley. Looking like she wants to do another one, but Rhea Ripley saying no. Ripley saying no now. Ripley with a rosebud. Insult to injury. Her own finishing maneuver. No! Bayley kicks out. Bayley kicks out. What the hell are we seeing? Top rope Ripley. Ripley with an absolute beautiful elbow drop. One that the Macho Man will be damn sure proud of, as Rhea Ripley now. Ripley just continuing her dominance as, oh man, Ripley. She's made so many women in the past tap to this one. So many women in the past have folded to this very submission right here. Oh man, and wait a minute, Io Sky's been one of those women, but Bayley finding a way to get out of that maneuver, finding a way to kick out of it, as Bayley now. Oh no, Bayley could be in trouble here, as Rhea Ripley is looking very, very angry, and now she is looking to just disrespect her opponent here tonight, as Bayley is definitely in for a whirlwind of trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Rhea Ripley trying to find and figure out next steps, but as she's doing so, it is at the expense of the role model, ladies and gentlemen. Bayley goes down. Bayley goes down hard. Is this it? No! How does she do it? How does she do it? Bayley is a miracle worker. This woman is finding a way out of every situation that the Nightmare is throwing at her. You gotta think in your mind, ladies and gentlemen, at some point enough is enough. But every time you think that, Bayley just pops out with something else. And oh man, wait a minute, Rhea Ripley looking to fight back. Ripley looking to make me eat my words there. She hits her with a big drop kick. Beautiful work there by Rhea Ripley. Ripley now looking like she wants to work on the legs there. Beautiful work there by Rhea Ripley, dominating her opponent. This is exactly the element that Rhea Ripley likes to be in. She likes to be in these tough spots, these spots where she's backed against the corner. This is where that animal inside of her shows at its peak, ladies and gentlemen. And oh man, look at this now. Bayley looking to turn things around a little bit as I eat my words on what Rhea Ripley was doing here. And wait a minute now, Bayley looking to meet her to the outside as Dominic Mysterio getting in her way, slowing her down a bit. And oh man, Ripley could be in trouble here as Bayley looks to hit her with a big suplex there. Missed out there as Ripley was not allowing that one. Picks her up, drops her down again, picks her up and up. Oh man, wait a minute. Oh! Huge calf kick there by the Nightmare. This is a woman unhinged, ladies and gentlemen. This crowd right here is ecstatic for this type of wrestling. And as these women get back in the corner, as Bayley finds a way. Rhea Ripley's was dominating, but Bayley found a way to get the choke in. But it's still, you see Rhea Ripley able to get out of it with the quickness as she was the one in control. Bayley just found a pocket of space to breathe, but obviously it wasn't enough. And Bayley capitalizing and following through. That is our role model indeed, ladies and gentlemen. What a dominant performance we are seeing here tonight by Bayley. And wait a minute, Bayley looks like she wants to do something big here to Rhea Ripley. Ripley says no, though. Ripley trying to fight back in her own right here tonight. And oh, wait a minute. Oh, man. Ripley bouncing up, bouncing through, doing any and everything she can. Oh, my God. Into the cover. No. What? Kick out at one by Bayley. And oh, man, Ripley looks like she's making her pay for kicking out. Kicking out has definitely came at a cost, ladies and gentlemen. And oh, man, Rhea Ripley continuing to show off that dominance, continuing to be as dominant as ever. As, wait a minute, Bayley looking to make me eat my words once again. Beautiful Luthes press, dragging and bragging. That's how you want to do it, ladies and gentlemen. And oh, man, wait a minute, Rhea Ripley now, big takedown. Oh, didn't go for the bridge pin with it. Very interesting maneuver there by Rhea Ripley, as Ripley calling up Bayley to get up to her feet. Bayley thinking, oh my God. Bayley just getting kicked across her face. I mean, how much more can she possibly go through here tonight, ladies and gentlemen? When you look at a superstar like Bayley, you look at a woman, you look at oh man, you look at a woman who has the tenacity to survive. You look at a woman who is willing to do any and everything to get to that next level. And Bayley is not stopping there, ladies and gentlemen, as the matchup between Bayley and Bianca Belair wasn't even supposed to be a matchup this past Monday. It all started when Bianca Belair had a championship celebration and Bayley inserted herself in and said, listen, I shouldn't have lost last night. I should have continued. I should have pushed forward, and I should have been the women's champion. But, you know, Rhea Ripley obviously has something to say to that in the end. But point that I'm trying to make, ladies and gentlemen, is when it comes down to Bayley, she's she's a fighter, to say the least, ladies and gentlemen. But look at this now. Bayley getting back inside the ring and Rhea Ripley meeting her. What does Bayley have in mind here? Big suplex. They're catching her. Suplex by the role model. Into the cover. Is this one going to be it here? No. Kick out by Rhea Ripley. Ripley kicking out with a whole lot of life left. Goes for a punch but missed out there. Rhea Ripley rolling out of the way, but Bayley still staying alive in this matchup, finding a way to still stay in control. Beautiful arm tackle there. Or shoulder tackle, I should say. Ripley now getting up to her feet as Bayley going to the top rope here. And oh, beautiful arm drag. Not something we usually see here by the role model, but she's changing up her repertoire. And once again going into the guillotine. Going into the guillotine, relying so heavily on that maneuver in the matchup here tonight. Relying so heavily on that maneuver here. And oh man, wait a minute, Rhea Ripley catching Bayley before she can do something dastardly, ladies and gentlemen, as Rhea Ripley ducking under, bouncing through, and a big calf kick there. I would say that was more of a drop kick there by Rhea Ripley, and Ripley now grabbing the head of Bayley, and a beautiful takedown there by Ripley. Ripley saying to herself, screaming to the WWE Universe, beautiful, beautiful vertical suplex. That right there is dominance, ladies and gentlemen. Dominance at a dastardly pace. And now, wait a minute, Bayley turning it around. Is this one going to be it here? No. You had to think. You had to think, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I definitely didn't think that Rhea Ripley was going to be able to walk away with a clean victory there, as Bianca Belair and Bayley put on one hell of a matchup this past Monday. And now we're seeing Bayley do it once again. And speaking of the women's champion, speaking of Bianca Belair, I can only imagine what she's been thinking of this matchup thus far here tonight. And oh man, both women getting tangled up there as Bayley. Oh, Bayley going for a slap there, but Ripley taking her down where she stands. Beautiful work there by Rhea Ripley, and now disrespecting Bayley in her wake. And oh, wait a minute. Oh! Kicks her down. Absolutely disgusting there. And wait a minute. Oh man, knee strikes into the chest area there. And Ripley to the top. Bayley in prime position. Elbow drop. But before the Nightmare could go for the pin, Bayley moving out of the ring. Smart job there by Bayley. And oh man, Rhea Ripley thinking to Bayley, or thinking to herself, what can be done now? And oh man, I thought she was going to go over the ropes there, but we might be too late in the matchup for her to do something like that, as Rhea Ripley just got caught with a crossbody there by the role model, the leader of Damage Control. Bayley is definitely doing big things here, and once again going for that guillotine. Once again going for that guillotine, third, fourth time in this matchup, I would say, relying heavily on that maneuver. It's got to be dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. It's got to be one of the most dangerous maneuvers here in the WWE. And the fact that Bayley not only relies so heavily on it, but she is so good at it. That has got to be a warning already to the women's division. But wait a minute now. Referee on the count of 6, now 7. Bayley does not seem concerned, or she doesn't seem phased at all. Referee on the count of 8. Ripley has to get back into the ring now. She does. She does. And wait a minute now. Electric chair position. Is she going to get her up? She does. Into the cover. Is this one going to be it here after everything they've done to each other? No. After everything that's happened. Ripley now. The stars are aligning, and no. Riptide but reversed. Was not allowing it. Didn't think it through. And a rose plant. Oh no. Oh my God. Bayley's about to have a breakdown, ladies and gentlemen. Bayley is beyond pissed off. That right there should have been her victory. And Bayley now going to the top rope for good measure. Macho Man! Elbow drop! 2! No! What? Ripley survives! Everything that Bayley is throwing at Rhea Ripley, Ripley has an answer for it. It's like she did her homework. Oh man. Ripley going to the outside, and it's almost like Bayley knew she was going to the outside. She met her there. And oh man, Ripley now looking to take advantage. Oh, beautiful power of strength here, ladies and gentlemen. Vertical suplex base, dropping her down right to the outside. That has got to be awful, ladies and gentlemen. Referee on the count of 4. Rhea Ripley beating on her chest, sliding back in the ring, and oh man, dropping her down. Beautiful work there. And oh, wait a minute now. Look at what she had planned on doing here. I was going to say something big, but Bayley moving her out of the way here is Bayley now. Bayley now thinking of next steps, but as she does, Rhea Ripley has her number, drops down low, once again popping over. Rhea Ripley has that ring awareness, and oh man, both women getting tangled up there, and as they do, but it looks like Bayley wants to play a little bit of her turn, going down, ducking under. Seems like this is one game of one-ups, and Bayley follows through. Beautiful maneuver, ladies and gentlemen. What a match, what a main event we're seeing here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, with your 20-minute time limit. And oh man, Rhea Ripley now could be in trouble as Bayley, Bayley takes her down there. Absolutely beautiful work that we're seeing here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And oh man, big kick to the midsection there by Rhea Ripley to Bayley. Bayley now going into the corner, taking her down with a beautiful tackle there into the corner now. Some kicks, some strikes there by the Nightmare Rhea Ripley. A fight we are seeing here tonight, to say the least, ladies and gentlemen. The least I can say is that this is a fight. Some would call it a massacre. Some would call it brutality. I'm not sure what I'd call it. Senton from the heavens. Beautiful maneuver there by Rhea Ripley. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, what a maneuver, what a match. I don't even know what to say, ladies and gentlemen. Rhea Ripley is in her spot. Rhea Ripley is like a wolf howling to the moon. Oh man, oh man. Man, oh man, Ripley wants Bayley up. Ripley wants Bayley up, but she says she does, but she's just oh my God, decimating and dominating, and now going into the cover. Bayley's down and out, nowhere to go, nothing to do. And Bayley, man, after that senton to the outside, I would have said she was done a long time ago. But she wanted to continue that dominance. That little maneuver right there was nothing but Rhea Ripley continuing to cement the path that she's already paved here in the WWE. And she may not be Women's World Champion right now, but you gotta think that she is lurking back around for that championship. Oh, man, this is going to be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. We have a hungry Rhea Ripley, a vengeful Bayley, and a women's champion known as Bianca Belair. Ladies and gentlemen, it is set for this Monday's main event. It'll be Will Ospreay, the up-and-coming young gun, going against the best in the world, CM Punk. It is going to be a damn fun show when it all goes down this Monday on Raw. I love you guys so much. I can't wait to see you guys there. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. If you are not going yet, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. That helps the channel a ton. And the subscribers and the new people have been coming in, and I just want to let you guys know that we love the support, ladies and gentlemen, and we love the fact that we are almost at the point of 3,000 subscribers. See you guys then. Peace.